In this video, I'm going to be taking a look back at some of my favorite tips that I've given on a very important topic that most rappers struggle with, and that's the business side of being a rapper. And when I say business, I'm not talking about boring paperwork and Excel spreadsheets. I'm talking about real strategies that will get you a lot more plays on your music and things that you should seriously consider before agreeing to collaborate with another rapper, and the harsh reality on why most rappers will never make it. My name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 9 years. Now, let's get straight into it. Maybe you think that making it means getting a record deal and being famous, but honestly, none of those things equate to financial stability. And here is why. Don't believe the hype. Anyone can sign you to a record deal. Basically, a record deal is an agreement between two parties on what they expect from each other. It's very similar to contracts you sign when you start a new job. The artist is like an employee and the record label is the employer. You can also think of the record label as banks that provide some of the worst kind of loans to their employees. Most record labels will give you some money up front known as an advance, which is simply a loan that you have to pay back before you ever make 1 red cent from any passive income such as album sales, music placements, and streams. Every expense the label incurs for its signed artist, the artist actually has to pay back. And very few artists ever fully pay the labels back, so they're always in debt to the label while awaiting the next advance. This is also where many record labels finesse the artist by billing themselves exorbitant amounts of money for things like studio time, which the artist has to pay back. The main takeaway here is this: if you're waiting for someone to put you on, you're already in a losing position because you don't have any leverage. You need to first put yourself on by investing into yourself and building a legitimate fan base, and then you'll have the leverage to negotiate a much better record deal if you decide to go that route. And when I say a real fan base, I'm not talking about crazy numbers either. If you only had 1,000 diehard fans that purchased everything you came out with, and you released $100 worth of product each year, you would make $100,000. And let's cut that in half. If you only had 500 fans, you can make $50,000 per year. If you only had 250 fans, you could make an estimated $25,000 each year. Sadly, marketing and promoting is like kryptonite to most artists, which sucks because it's the lifeline of your music career. And if you don't learn how to market and promote yourself properly, then you may end up being just another talented artist that no one knows about. And I don't want that to be you. And a lot of artists think if they just get good enough, then one day they'll make it. But see, the problem is that may be the case if you're in a talent show like American Idol, but the music industry is not a talent show. But let me be clear, you need to focus on making really good music first. But in addition to that, you also need to be building a lot of awareness to let everyone know about all the awesome music that you're making. With that being said, have you ever wondered how artists get on all the major platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and TikTok? Well, the way they do it is by using a company like DistroKid, which is a digital music distributor. DistroKid allows you to upload your music and your artwork and all that stuff to their platform, and then they distribute your music to all the major platforms out there. And then they keep track of your analytics and your sales and your data and all that stuff all under one hood in one place. Now, the second step to getting your music out there and getting more plays on your music is all about convenience. If you want to increase the odds of someone listening to your music, then you need to make it as easy and convenient for them as possible by eliminating any redundant and unnecessary steps. The fewer actions that they have to take, the more likely it is that they'll listen to your music. And that's why I recommend using a free tool called Pivot from a company called Smart URL. Pivot allows you to place links to all the different places that your music lives on the internet, as well as links to all your social media pages and also a link even to your website. You can also embed your artwork and even a snippet of the song that you're promoting all on this one page. It's a super powerful tool. And when it comes to rappers, there's 2 main types of rappers, and it's important for you to identify which one that you are. You're either a hobby rapper or you are a professional rapper. And identifying which one you are isn't 100% contingent upon where you're currently at, but more so what your goal is and where you're trying to go with your rapping. And pretty much every single one of us all start off as a hobbyist. We're just trying to, first of all, see if we can do it, if it's something that we enjoy, and then eventually a small percentage of us will actually really strive to make a career out of this, which makes us a professional rapper. All professional means is that you get paid to do it. So if someone literally paid you $1 to rap a verse, that means technically you are a professional rapper. And if you're not really sure where you fit in right now, here's a few things that can help identify where you may be at. Hobby rappers typically are just rapping for fun, and they may share their raps with their family and their friends. And they're not really necessarily trying to make an income off of their music. And they're not necessarily trying to invest a lot of money into their music either. And this is something they're just doing on the side in their spare time, just for fun. So they're not really investing a lot of time into it either. And they may not be really that hungry to learn a lot more about growing in their craft. And just to be clear, you can be very serious about rapping and just be a hobbyist. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, a career rapper or a professional rapper takes their music serious and aims for perfection. They strive to build a legitimate fan base. They want to earn a living with their music eventually. They're willing to invest money into their music, and they make sacrifices and invest plenty of time into their music as well. And they are also students, they value education, and they're always hungry to grow in their craft. And again, one is not better than the other. There's nothing wrong with being just a hobbyist or being a professional, but it's important to understand the difference. That way you understand a little bit more of who you are and also who you are dealing with when you're talking about collaborating with another rapper. So here's some things to consider. Are you both career or hobby rappers? Does the quality of your music match? Do you like their music? Will your subject matter mesh well with each other? Will your style and musical taste mesh well with each other? Will they add value to your song? Will both of your fan bases and connections give you equal increase of exposure? Are they professional? Are they good at communicating and keeping you updated? Will they deliver what you need in a timely manner? And most importantly, are you genuinely excited to work with them, or do you feel obligated and you're just afraid to hurt their feelings and tell them no? And if you're not able to answer these questions, then that might be an indication that you may not know them well enough to make a decision to work with them. And there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of time to get to know them a little better so that you can make a more informed decision on if you want to work with them or not. And here's just a few parting nuggets of wisdom. Never forget why you started rapping in the first place. Most of us, we started rapping because we found out we enjoyed to do it. We have fun doing it. Protect that. Don't let anyone take that from you. If you ever feel like that your rapping is like a job and it's no longer fun and you feel like you're obligated to do it, you're working with people you're not really wanting to work with, don't ignore that gut instinct. Preserve the fun. Don't let people take that fun away from you. There's nothing wrong with telling someone, thank you for your offer, but it's not a good fit for me right now. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody no, or I'm not interested, or you know what, right now I'm just focusing on my solo work. I've had to tell so many rappers that, you know, like, I appreciate the consideration, but I'm trying to find time just to work on my own solo music right now. And that's the God's honest truth. And it's the interesting thing about music. Like if you think about a painter, you know, you don't really hear about painters collaborating a lot on painting a picture together. And as rappers, we're kind of like painters with words. And there's certainly nothing wrong about you wanting to just paint by yourself. And there's certainly nothing wrong with collaborating with other people as well when it's a good fit for the both of you and it makes sense. So feel free to work with whomever you want in whatever capacity you want. Just keep all this stuff in mind, and most importantly, have fun. My name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, where I strive to make you a better rapper now. And if you're trying to perfect your rap skills, make sure that you get yourself a free copy of my ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, via the link in the video's description below. And subscribe to this channel for more straight to the point, how to rap video tutorials just like this one. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.